Hey guys, here we are, DXY chart, using this period in red to predict the next trading day, which has already occurred just a couple days ago or yesterday. Just want to show you guys kind of how it works. So, yeah, this blue point here, that's the midpoint of the session in red, end point, and also the start of the session in black, the black candles. Midpoint session in black right here in blue, and then the end. So if you started out looking at this, trying to use this to predict what's going to happen the next day, you might have thought it was going to move up initially, drop down, up, down, back up. I'll just zoom in this a little bit. You might have caught something like that right here. You can see there's a drop here, big drop here. So this larger drop looks like it was this here. And then the smaller drop looks like it was this one here. After this, after that big drop, got a big move up. Could have been this right here. And then looks like there's a lot of chop going down. Big wick. That kind of stands out sometimes. Going down, 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 down. And then right before lunch, we got a big low point. And then if we look over here, actually, I'm not sure if my measurement was right here. Let me double check this. Oh yeah, that was wrong. Okay. Yeah, it looked kind of off. So this middle point here is supposed to be like over here. This is actually our lunch. So yeah, okay, so that's better. Okay. So we got lunchtime here, mid session here. So this is telling us that there's going to be a big drop just before lunchtime. That's kind of why we're trying to use this prediction model. And then you can see a large drop here just before lunchtime here in blue. And then our big wick here, that could have been all the action here. Yeah, so after, here's the bottom, move up, bottom, move up. This could have been that move. And then another big wick right there. I'm looking to find this right now. It's pretty tight in there, so it could have been this one. But you can get into that. I don't want to check it out too in depth. It's just I don't want to zoom in and zoom out so much. But that's something to check out later. But anyhow, this big wick could have been this, or else it could have been this bump here. So it was probably this bump here, which means that this wick was probably like somewhere here, maybe even this one here. Anyhow, you got your low here, got your low here. Looking at this beforehand, you might have just said, okay, this is the low. I'm going to look for this before lunch, and I'm going to try and get that buy. Or maybe you said you're going to try and get that buy. Hard to say. I just started studying this, so Okay, and then after lunch, what's going to happen? After lunch, see after lunch, see a wick, huge move up, a lot of action near the top there, the big move down and back up. So after lunch right here, a couple big moves up, little pullback, move up, move up. On the top, we're seeing a wick, little higher top on the one side. And that was just after lunch. So that's replicated pretty clearly. Drop back down and then another pump up with some pullbacks. Drop down, some pullbacks, pump up, and then we're right near the end of the day there. So it's showing up a little bit different here in the last part of the day. So pump up, pull back, up, 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 up. So it's not exact for sure. But if you would have taken your buy there where we marked it, wrote it up past lunch, or maybe you thought it was going to go all the way up here because that's a high, then that would have brought you over either here or right here. So that'd have been good buying opportunities for sure. So yeah, that's the DXY on the 5-minute. So really interesting stuff anyhow, really interesting stuff. And if we pull this over, this little jig I made, pull it over to the same time. This is for my time zone, but it's actually 7 p.m. until till 12 midnight New York time. Yeah, my jig keeps on moving a little bit. I'm not sure why, because this point here is supposed to be right here. So I don't know, missing a little bit of times. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyhow, looking at this, could say there's going to be some kind of action in the first part, and then it's going to take a run up. So this could be a little bit of action, and then we could be starting the run up, or it could sideways a bit more and then take a run up. Then it's going to have a bit of a pullback, get back to where it was on the pullback possibly. A little bit of sideways, back down. Lots of sideways here. Okay, so there's your midday point. So this is telling me get in some buys here on your demo. Yeah, looks like the low is going to be over here. Get in some buys. Expect a slight high here before the quarter of the day. Lunchtime is here. After lunch, got a bit of a high. This is about 3/4 way through the day. High point could be there. So you could want to close there. But even though this looks like the high here, this could actually be the high. It just depends what's happening during the day. Like this could also even just be lower too. But looks like from here, I'd aim for a sell somewhere after lunch, or to close that buy somewhere just after lunch. Here, here, here. But it looks like a safe bet getting in here and then closing after lunch. Or if there's a decent move, just close at any point, really. So see what happens later today for that.